terrible again. I'm going to stop trying with that song. You know, it's the third time I've tried that song. I should have it by now. Anyways, I hope everybody's doing well out there in the world. Just doing a quick Sunday evening live stream for you all. My name is Alan Collins. We are studentloanjustice.org. We are the oldest, largest, only, in my humble opinion, the only real group out there actually fighting to actually, not pretend, actually solve the student loan problem. We've seen what Biden's going to do, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to get any meaningful loan cancellation. You are not going to get any meaningful student loan cancellation. You're not going to get a break on interest. Whatever you want to see happen with your student loans, we're not going to get it until we get the constitutionally enshrined right of bankruptcy returned to these loans. Sorry about that, guys. We've been doing this for 18 years now and over several decades now of very careful observation. It is absolutely and abundantly clear that the only way we're going to see meaningful student loan cancellation, like maybe even total student loan cancellation, is by first getting the leverage of bankruptcy returned. Until we have that tiny little toothpick of power in our back pocket, we can beg Joe Biden and the Department of Education and the Washington elites, I would say the Harvard elites as well. We can beg them forever, and we won't get jack, ladies and gentlemen. So anyways, I'm glad that you found us. If you're not new to the group, well, welcome also all the more. We've got some very rugged, battle-tested veterans on this group, and to you, I salute you all. And by the way, if you're watching this on Facebook or Twitter, if you have any questions or comments, throw them out, and I'm very happy to respond to them in stream if I can see them. So we're fighting for two things. We're fighting for number one, the return of bankruptcy protections to student loans. Number two, the cancellation of all federally owned student loans by executive order. That whole concept was launched into the public conversation by this group and our petition, change.org/cancel student loans. Check it out for yourself. We've been featured on 60 Minutes and the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and pretty much every media platform that you can imagine we've been on at one time or another. We've got more than 1.4 million members in our group. But that is meaningless unless the people in our group actually fight with us. This is a working fighting group here, guys. We're not here for your entertainment, as you can tell. No. This is a working fighting group, guys. If you want to be in this group, you have to do, at a minimum, I would say, our daily actions. It's not every day, but it's most days. We do very simple daily actions. Usually it's like retweet this or retweet that. Very simple. But if 1.4 million people were to do our daily actions every day, first of all, that would make national news. It's like 1.4 million retweets on this, 1.4 million retweets on that. We would melt every phone bank in Washington, D.C. We would be an absolutely unstoppable force in this country, like nothing this country has ever seen before. I kid you not. So we have that power in our hands. We hold that potential, ladies and gentlemen. But the only way that's ever going to happen is when you out there, sitting there, you, right there, you help us. You know, these are your loans and this is your problem. So I would hope I wouldn't have to, I would hope that I wouldn't have to beg you. I would hope that people out there can find their own very good reasons for fighting this battle with us. Couple of announcements. Number one, oh, dudes, we are so close on finally finishing the fundraiser to get our van replaced, the SLJ van. We're literally less than $500 away now from being able to pull the trigger on the new SLJ van. So I thank all of you who have pitched in for that. I would urge all of you who have not, just help. I want to get this sucker knocked out by the end of today, quite frankly, because I'm tired. I'm tired of fundraising for this thing. And I just want to be done. We need to pull the trigger on this van. And the quicker that 25 people donate $20, well, a few more than that, maybe. No, that's right. The quicker that 25 people donate $20, or if 20 people donate $25, vice versa. The quicker we can get that knocked out, guys, the quicker I can shut up about it, and the quicker we can go get the van, and the quicker we can hit the road. So just please help, ladies and gentlemen. And again, thanks to everybody who's helped up to this point. Like way over 300 people. I think like 400 people or something have stepped up so far. So thank you for that. So tonight I want to quickly talk about this coming week for us. There's a lot of things going on. We have to focus on our fight. And right now, the biggest part of our battle, I could care less how the Supreme Court thing goes with the student loan cancellation. Doesn't matter. We have to convince the Republicans in the House to champion the return of bankruptcy rights to student loans. We're a fiercely nonpartisan group, ladies and gentlemen. We hate the Democrats and the Republicans, I would say equally in my own personal case, but yeah, we don't trust either party. Both party has either betrayed us or just never been on our side in the first place. The most important policy point I have for you tonight is when we get the leverage of bankruptcy back, the president, the Secretary of Education, they're going to have to cancel loans. They'll have to approve all the backlog of BDR applications. They'll have to start approving public service loan forgiveness applications. They'll have to do that. Otherwise, whoever's president will preside over the largest wave of bankruptcy filings in U.S. history. No president wants to be that guy. Certainly not Joe Biden, who is a creep, quite frankly, on the student loan issue. We've got to get through to the Republicans this time, guys. Democrats betrayed us last session. The good news, and that's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. The Republicans have historically opposed us on almost everything when it comes to student loans. They're just assholes. But the good news is many leading Republicans have, over the past 2 years, and many thanks to us, by the way, people on this group, many Republicans have come around to take our side on the bankruptcy question. On the loan cancellation question, no, I don't know that that'll ever happen, but I really don't care. It doesn't matter, guys, honestly. A number of key Republicans have taken our side on the bankruptcy issue. In Congress, people like John Cornyn, Texas, Josh Hawley, who's like a MAGA Republican out of Missouri, one of the worst hit states, Matt Gaetz in Florida, a couple other people too as well. Anyways, I'm not going to. Glenn Grothman, I guess I should point out, in Wisconsin. Republicans are coming around to our side, guys, but how quickly they come around is very important. How quickly they actually get a bill on the floor is very important, guys. And I don't think it's going to happen unless the people on this group right here make it happen. I kid you not, guys. This group is way more important than you might think, particularly if you're new to the group. We wouldn't have had good bankruptcy legislation to fight for last year, but for the people on this group. We will not have good bankruptcy legislation to fight for this year without the support and the fighting of the people on this group. I kid you not, guys. We're way more important than you might imagine. And as I said, I think real, not pretend, real student loan cancellation totally and absolutely depends on whether we get that floor of leverage back. So this coming week is all about pushing Republicans. Now, we don't like many of the Republicans. In fact, we like very few people in Congress, period. But some of the people we hate the most on the student loan issue are Republicans, like Virginia Fox, and I would say probably Ted Cruz, just absolute assholes. That's where this battle is won, ladies and gentlemen. I kid you not. You know, we like to swim upstream on this group. We like to go into the lion's den and change the mind of the enemy. That's what we're good at. We make a very conservative argument. So, and I've been calling for this for weeks, but I'm going to ask you very clearly, plainly right now. Listen, when I ask you this, take me seriously, please. Will you please get us into a meeting with your Republican member of the House of Representatives and both of your Republican senators, if they're Republican in all those cases? So in other words, if you have a Republican House rep, get us into a meeting with them. If you have one or more Republican senators, get us into a meeting with them. You know, you are their constituent. You can request a meeting. And we urge you to request a meeting. And I would also say with the judiciary staffer on their staff. That would probably be the best person for us to talk to. Bring me into the meeting, and I will do most or even all of the talking if I have to. We do this all day long, guys. It's what we're good at. And we've been through this many times in the past. We, I think, know how to talk to congressional staffers at this point. We know how to handle the 20-something prima donnas and whatnot. And there are a lot of very arrogant, young, let's see, what's the word? Young professionals who work for Congress with a heightened sense of self-importance, shall we say. That's fine. I know most people, 99% of the people out there within the sound of my voice, you probably don't know a whole lot about student loans, but for the fact that you have them and they suck. And I get that. And why would you know anything? There's no good reason for you to be an expert on the student loan industry. We've been doing this for 18 years, guys. We live and breathe this stuff. We're very good at talking to congressional staffers. And that will absolutely win this battle for us and for you, because remember, these are your loans and this is your problem. So tomorrow, Monday morning, find out who your congressional rep is. If they're a Republican, call them on the phone and say, yes, I would like to get a meeting with your judiciary staffer. And I'd also like to bring in Mr. Alan Collinge, AlanCollinge, phone number 202-594-1120, email address Alan, ALAN, at studentloanjustice.org. I would like to bring him into the meeting. It doesn't have to be formal. It doesn't have to be on the record. I'm happy to talk off the record. Just a fairly casual, friendly conversation with their judiciary staffer. Do that for your Republican House rep and for both of your Republican senators if you have them. And I on this end will bend over backwards to accommodate their schedules. That's not a problem. Not a problem at all. You know, guys, I mean, I would like to get this. I would like to have met with every single Republican member of Congress by, I mean, I would say by like 4th of July would be maybe my target. That's going to be kind of tough to do. We're talking about like around 217 or 18 people, I think, at this point. So that's, if we did 2 a day, we could get it done in 100 days, basically. And I'm perfectly willing, ready, and able to do that. But that will only happen when you, their constituent, gets that ball rolling, and you are persistent and don't let yourself be put off, and don't take no for an answer, and get that meeting scheduled for us. And if you set them up, we'll knock them down. If you pick the fight, we will gladly throw the punches. And quite frankly, the Republicans should agree with us down the line. We make a very conservative argument. So it's not hard to do. It just requires one very simple thing, and that is you getting off your ass. And again, if you're new to the group, maybe you've been to some of the other groups out there and they don't want you to actually do any real work. They just want you to sit on your ass, and They shuck and jive and dance and sing and pretend like they're fighting this battle. And at the end of the day, it's basically like cheap entertainment for you. Like you could eat popcorn and you go, oh yeah, ooh, I'm involved in this fight. No, that's bullshit, guys. Half of those people, if not more, are trying to sell you stuff. They're trying to get you to consolidate your loans or refinance your loans or rehabilitate your loans. And they make money off of your ass through that. It's disgusting. These people are predators. On this group, we are honest. Like, if we need money, we say, hey, we need money, give us money. And we don't need much, by the way. As you can tell with the van, like, our needs are very, very extraordinarily low. But we certainly won't do deals with bad people, and we don't do any secret wink, wink, nudge, nudge relationships with the student loan industry and sell your ass down the river for a little sly commission behind the scenes. We don't do any of that bullshit. Other groups do that, and that's why they almost never ask for donations, because all they really want is you sitting there watching them, hypnotized, mesmerized, doing nothing, waiting, watching, worrying, wringing your hand, hanging on their every word. These people are snakes. How can they look themselves in the eye in the mirror every day? I don't know, but whatever, guys. We don't care about that. All we care about is solving the student loan problem, which is your student loan problem. And what we need you to do is what I just said. Get us into a meeting with both of your senators and your House rep if they are Republican, and get the ball rolling on this tomorrow morning, Monday morning. And the hope is that we will meet with every Republican in the Senate and the House by July 4th. You know, I actually think that alone would probably win this battle for us. You know, the way the power of networks is an amazing thing. You know, if we were to meet with even half of all the Republicans in Congress, after a while, they'd start really talking about us amongst themselves and be like, wow, what is this group all about? Wow. Ooh, yeah, they actually have a point. Is it true that Texans actually owe $141 billion? I had no idea, you know, because these congressional staffers, they don't know a damn thing about the student loan problem, guys. They don't. So yeah, we stand at the ready to solve this problem very quickly, like the people on this group, but it all depends on you. And, you know, I'm busting my ass on this end. You know, I see we have hundreds or even thousands of people in this group who are doing the hard work. But guys, we've got 1.4 million members in this group, and almost none of them, I would say, as a percentage, almost none of them are doing anything right now. And that's the quickest way to ruin your life. Because I guarantee you guys, there are no other groups, people, or entities out there fighting this battle. If there were, I would hang up my hat and throw that banner behind me in the garbage, and I would join that group or sign up for that person or whatever. They don't exist, guys. They are us. We are the Superman. And you cannot unhear that, by the way. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna look for your questions, comments right now, guys. Sorry for lagging on this. And we're about to get shit. I may not be able to see it. Okay, there it is. Yeah, we're about to get supposedly like 8 inches of snow again here tonight in Wisconsin. So usually my bandwidth gets terrible when that happens. So you know what, guys? I think, yeah, I'm not feeling the love from Facebook right now. I think I'm just going to leave it there at that. I'm sorry if I wasn't able to get to your comments. But yeah, I can see the first few flakes starting to think about coming down. So I will leave it there at that, ladies and gentlemen. But I hope you will please, please just turn over a new leaf and get ready to fight this battle this week. Do our daily actions. In fact, if you've never done a daily action, go there right now and do the past week's worth. You'll see how quick they are. It's like retweet this, retweet that. It's child's play. But it's very strong. And in fact, it would win us this battle in a matter of probably not even like a few months if everybody on our group were doing them. So you have no idea how important you are. A lot of people are depending on us. The founding fathers are on our side. This is the noblest fight that I can even imagine. We're fighting not only for ourselves, but tens or hundreds of millions of other people, including 43 million other people who are losing sleep over their student loans tonight. In other words, 43 million people who were never going to be able to repay their loans even before the pandemic. But, we're fighting for the whole country, guys, because this is the front line in a very dark and sinister, decades-long campaign by some very bad people, our opposition. They would like to conquer and enslave the country in debt, which is apparently a pretty fun thing to do to countries and citizens over millennia of history that we've seen this happen. Conquering and enslaving a country by debt. Those are John Adams's words, believe it or not, who was one of the main founding fathers of this country. So ruining countries by debt is nothing new, and we are eyeball to eyeball with our face up against that wall. We absolutely need your help. The country needs your help, as unlikely as that may sound, and we will get there. But only when you help. So, okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. But I hope you all had a good weekend, are going to have a good week, are going to do that, what I said. Get us into a meeting with both of your senators and your congressmen. And finally, and please let me shut up about this. Please just let us finish off our Facebook fundraiser tonight. And it will help. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Good luck. Godspeed. And God bless everyone.